the YouTube folks. Alrighty. Good morning, and welcome. It's Candace with Gentle Yoga for Everyone. Today we have a live 60-minute yoga class. I'm going to flow through some gentle yoga postures, focusing on balance and stretching. Right? I'm just going to get this adjusted. Right. Right. Let's begin our stretches seated. All right. We're going to just have our feet in front. We're going to place our arms behind us, fingertips pointing away from the body. Straighten those elbows so you can lift your heart up. Be sure to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your low jaw. We're just going to guide the feet to splay outward and inward. The feet are flexing. Feet splay outward and inward. Then we're going to wiggle the toes around. Bend the toes, straighten. Bend the toes, straighten. Now we're going to point the toes away from the body. Guide the feet to splay outward and then flow to the flexing position and then back to all 10 toes just pulling towards the body, feet touching. From here, allow the feet to be neutral, and then we're going to guide the left knee to bend. As the left knee bends, we're going to guide the arms overhead. On the exhale, we're going to release to a stretch. All right, so just go nice and slow. We're still warming the body up. On the inhale, we'll rise up and straighten the bending leg. Inhale, opposite leg bends, lift the heart. On the exhale, release towards the straight leg, keeping arms parallel. Next breath, we flow upward, fingertips float to the sky. We'll guide now the left knee to bend. Release the arms down as the legs splay outward. Capture your ankles, and you can just rock the legs from side to side. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take a breath, and we're going to guide the knees upward. Once the knees are upward, we'll take a breath, and we will guide the glutes to lift up. So use your hands to lift your glutes up off the mat. Awesome flow. From here, you can either guide your weight forward or walk your feet underneath your glutes and just lift up onto the ball and toes of the feet. We want to get that stretch in the toes, engage the tendons in the toes and feet, and then begin to lower the knees, walking the hands forward. We're balancing on the ball and toes of the feet. Next breath, we're going to begin to release the knees downward as we guide the heels to lower. We begin to straighten our legs, and now we end up in a forward fold. In the forward fold, be mindful to keep your eyes open. Your chin is flowing towards your collarbone. All the weight of the body is rooted in the heels. And we can get a little cat-cow flow going with our spine, pressing the heart towards the spine. The heart flows towards the thighs, and then guide your navel inward on the exhale. All right, that's kind of like a cat-cow movement. And also, we're guiding the tailbone upward, right? We have all the weight of the body rooted in the heels. We're stretching the hamstrings and quadriceps with this stretch. From here, we'll take a breath and we'll step our feet outward. We're going to step out to a wide-legged forward fold. The further you separate the feet, the deeper you will go into your stretch. Be mindful to keep your legs straight. From here, we can do more of that cat-cow movement, pressing the heart towards the wall behind us. Elbows will be bending, guiding the tailbone up. Lift those glute muscles up. And on the exhale, guide your navel inward. Your chin will flow towards your collarbone and let your shoulder blades spread across your back. All right, so just go at your own pace. Be fluid with the movement, pressing the heart towards the wall behind, elbows bending. And when you're ready to release your breath, do so, guiding the navel inward, shoulder blades spreading, chin flowing towards collarbone. From here, we'll turn the head to the left and to the right, slowly with our eyes open. Let the head circle to the right slowly. Make a slow circle to the right, a big circle. And then from here, we're going to make a big circle opposite direction. Don't rush. Use your breath to set your pace. From here, we'll take another breath. And we're going to walk our hands towards the left foot. Let your head be still. Walk your hands towards the left foot. The left toes can flow at a slight diagonal. And you're just going to gently release your body towards the left leg, getting a nice stretch, keeping your leg straight. From here, we'll take a breath and we'll begin to walk our hands center. Breathe deep, walking hands center. Bend the elbows if you want to deepen the stretch. From here, next breath allows us to walk our hands now to the right foot. Right toes come to a slight diagonal. Chin flows towards the collarbone. Both legs remain straight. We're also stretching the muscles in the back. We're engaging our nervous and circulatory system. The next breath allows us to walk our hands center. All 10 toes will point towards the front of the room. And now we're going to heel toe our feet inward. The legs will flow closer and closer together until the thighs touch. Once the thighs touch, transfer your weight to your heels. If you feel any pain or discomfort, just soften the knees with a slight bend. If this feels good to you with the legs straight and you want a little more, just go ahead and lift all 10 toes off of the mat, guiding the tips of the toes towards the sky as you guide the navel to flow inward for a nice stretch. From here, we'll take a breath, release the toes off of the mat if you have them lifted. Place your palms on your shins, fingers pointing downward. And we're going to press the elbows to straighten as the heart flows forward to a flat back forward fold. Right? Notice how neutral the neck is. We have the nose pointing downward. The next breath allows the knees to soften and flow to bending. Release your palms from your shins. Shoulder blades are spreading across the upper back. On the inhale breath, palms face away from the body, and we rise up slowly. Guiding the arms outward and upward, lifting the heart up and guiding fingertips towards the sky. On the exhale breath, rotate arms in. Your palms will touch each other, and then we release the elbows to bending, allowing our thumbs to flow in front of sternum and shoulders to be relaxed. Now we'll gaze downward. This will be a moment of reflection. If we choose, we can set a dedication or even an intention for our practice today, as we remain focused on our own heart energy. Let's all take a cleansing breath and begin to blink our eyes open a little wider. Allow your palms to release and relax at your side. Awesome flow. We are now prepared to start our yoga practice for today. In today's yoga practice, we're going to start in a mountain pose. We'll guide the arms to extend outward and upward. Our fingertips are going to flow towards the sky, and then we'll relax our shoulders. We have our shoulders relaxing, and then we take another breath, lifting the heart as we inhale, lengthening the spine. On the exhale, guide the arms to release outward, palms facing down, and we're going to guide the heart to flow forward in a diving motion. Be purposeful in your flow, don't rush. Ultimately, hands lower to the mat, and we begin to bend our knees. As the knees are bending, we'll extend the arms forward. Fingertips connect with the mat. Stretch those fingers, spreading them widely. Slide your palms forward as you step your feet back to your down dog. All right, so connect with your down dog, and it's okay if you don't put your heels down initially. We want to focus on the tailbone rising up, focus on the eyes being open and the chin flowing towards the collarbone. We do have the legs straight, And now let's go ahead and bend the right knee, guiding the left heel to lower. And now we're going to guide the right knee to straighten and the left knee will bend, releasing the right heel to the mat. Now we're going to just alternate that paddling motion, alternate bending your knees and straightening the legs. Be mindful to keep your tailbone flowing upward, chin flowing towards the collarbone. What an awesome flow. Full inhalation, complete exhalation on the exhale. We want to really activate the diaphragm by guiding the navel inward as we exhale. From here, we'll take a breath and we're going to rise up onto our tippy toes. Straightening both legs, we'll be onto the ball and toes of the feet. And as we exhale the breath, we release the heels downward slowly, keeping the fingers spreading. And again, if your heels don't reach all the way to your mat, that's perfectly fine. From here, we'll take a breath and we will guide the body to shift forward. The shoulders will flow towards the wrist. If you're tall, you might have to walk your hands a little away from your body. That's what I'm doing. So you want your shoulders to align over your wrist. Keep your back leg straight. And this will be your plank position. Awesome flow. Wonderful way to strengthen the body in a plank. Engage the core, strengthen arms and shoulders all at the same time. From here, we'll take a breath and we can now rotate the body towards the left. Left toes, all toes flow to the left, and we're going to lift up the left arm. All right. Now, if you need more support, you can bend your right knee and place it on the mat. That's perfectly fine. All right, so this is called the side plank. So we're encouraging our shoulders to be stacked, our elbows are straight, legs straight, and we're just noticing our heart rhythm as we activate and engage our core muscle group. From here, we'll take a breath. We're going to guide that left arm to lower, rotate the body back so the heart is pointing back towards your mat. From here, we're back in our plank position, shoulders aligned over wrist. Squeeze those kneecaps and breathe deep, guiding the navel inward. On your next inhale breath, guide your right arm to rise, guide your toes to flow to the right, and we're going to guide the fingertips up towards the sky, encouraging shoulders to be stacked, elbows will be straight, legs straight. Each exhale, we guide the navel a little closer towards the spine. What an awesome flow. From here, we'll take another deep breath, connecting with heart rhythm, and on the exhale, we release the right arm downward, rotating the body back down towards the plank position. From here, let's take a breath, and we're going to guide the knees to bend and gently place them on the mat. Point your toes so your toenails are on the mat, and we're going to guide our glutes to flow towards our heels. Slide your palms away from the body. Pull the belly button inward. Let your forehead release towards your mat. This is called a child's pose. This is our resting posture. And although it's a resting posture, we get wonderful activation in the toes, the ankles. So good for those tendons and ligaments. Allow your breath to be nice and fluid. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. And be mindful to guide as much air inward as you inhale, slowly. And on the exhale, be mindful to guide your navel inward to help release the breath and engage your diaphragm. From here, we'll take a breath and we're going to lift our glutes up, guide the elbows to bend. So our arms are shaped like the capital letter L. Fingers are straight. and palms are flat on the mat or floor. Now, we're noticing how the shoulders are aligned directly above the elbows. If not, adjust accordingly. The next breath allows us to flex the toe prints onto our mat. And once the toe prints are on the mat, the inhale breath guides the knees to rise. The chin will flow towards the collarbone as the knees rise up and the legs flow to straighten. You'll most likely find that your heels are hovering above your mat or floor. That's how my heels are lifted. So my heels do not connect with the floor or mat, and that's perfectly fine. What's important is to keep your eyes open and to just be gentle and kind to your body. Don't strain. Right? So as the legs are straightening, we're just encouraging that tailbone to flow upward. Notice the engagement you get in your hamstrings. What a wonderful way to care for our bodies in this dolphin pose. From here, we'll take a breath. And as we exhale, we're going to gently bend our knees and place them on our mat. Point your toes and rise up to an all-fours tabletop position. From here, we're going to lift the heart up and guide the arms to extend outward. And the fingertips rise all the way towards the sky. Relax your shoulders and connect with your own heart energy. Take another cleansing breath. As you exhale, we're going to release forward to a flat back forward fold. Spreading fingers nice and wide, we'll create a base to protect our wrist. The next breath allows us to flex the toe prints onto our mat. And as we inhale, we're going to rise up, lifting the knees off of the mat. Lift your knees off of the mat. Connect with your down dog posture. From your down dog posture, take a breath and shift the weight of the body forward. You might have to walk the hands forward slightly. From here, we're in a plank position. From the plank position, we're going to flow to our chaturanga. We'll take a breath and we'll bend the elbows in the same direction as our feet. Keep the arms close to the body and go nice and slow. Keep your legs straight. The slower the better. Don't rush. Ultimately, the thighs, belly, and chest will release towards the mat. Point your toes. Your nose pointing downward. Shoulder blades touching. Awesome flow. Next breath, we're going to press the palms into the mat. Your arms are touching your body, and we're going to lift the head, but we're going to keep the belly on the mat and just gaze upward. Shoulder blades touching. On the exhale of breath, release downward. Chest flows towards the mat. And then we'll flex the toe prints onto the mat. Pressing palms into the mat. Pressing, straightening elbows, rising back up to the down dog. Awesome flow. From here, we'll walk our hands closer to the feet. Connect in a forward fold. Guide all the weight of the body into the heels. The navel is pulling inward. Eyes are open. Chin flows towards the collarbone. On the exhale of breath, allow the knees to flow to bending. Shoulder blades spreading across the back. Palms face forward. Breathe. Guide the arms outward and upward. Allowing fingertips to rise all the way towards the sky. Exhale of breath. Relax the shoulders away from ears. And we'll meet up in a wonderful mountain pose. So we can take another breath. Guide the arms outward and downward, guiding the heart forward, releasing to a forward fold. Knees begin to bend. Extend the arms forward. Spread your fingers. Palms connect with the mat. Spread your fingers as you slide your hands forward, stepping feet outward to your down dog. From the down dog position, shift the weight of the body forward to your plank position. Shoulders aligning over wrists, fingers spreading, knees straight, legs straight. On the exhale of breath, guide the elbows to bend. Be sure to breathe deep. Elbows bend in the same direction as the feet, keeping arms close to the body. In a level flow, the body lowers all the way towards the mat. Thighs, belly, chest. Connect with the mat, nose pointing downward. The arms are touching the body. Notice heart rhythm. Inhale, press the palms into the mat, lifting head, gazing up towards the sky, shoulder blades touching. On the exhale of breath, we release back down. Go at your own pace. Don't rush. Releasing back so the chest flows towards the mat. Once you're there, flex your toe prints onto your mat. Inhale, press the palms into the mat, breathing deep, elbows straighten. The chest begins to rise. We're flowing back to a down dog. Straightening legs, keeping arms straight, and guiding the chin towards the collarbone, tailbone flowing upward. What a wonderful down dog flow. From here, we'll take a breath and we begin to walk our hands closer to our feet so we can meet up in a forward fold. We'll transfer our weight all the way to our heels. We're guiding the navel inward, and of course we have our eyes open since we are inverted. We're guiding the crown of the head towards our mat. The next breath allows the palms to rest on our shins, fingers pointing downward, and we'll press the heart forward, straightening our elbows. Let's meet up in a flat back forward fold. Fill the lungs on the exhale, release the palms, guide your knees to bending. Palms flow away from the shins, palms face forward. Take a breath, extend the arms outward. Begin to lift the heart, and the knees will flow to straighten, and the fingertips flow towards the sky. Next breath, rotate arms in, palms touch, elbows bending, press palms together actively, and let your thumbs rest on sternum and relax shoulders. Take another cleansing breath. As we release the breath, we release the arms forward. Elbows flow to straighten. Release the palms. Arms will be parallel, and then let your arms relax at your side. Awesome flow. We are approximately 30 minutes into practice, a wonderful time for a water break. Let's grab some water and let's come right back. For those that have joined the class a little later, I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Candace with Gentle Yoga for Everyone. This is a 60-minute yoga class live, and we're currently about to take water break. If there's a particular yoga posture you'd like to flow through today, feel free to type it in the chat and I'll make sure we get to that. I'm grabbing my water. I'll be right back. Righty, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Another aspect of this class is that I have my Zoom students on the class as well, so we all get to practice yoga together. go. Alrighty. I see my cousin Robert is practicing yoga with me today. I'm so happy. And as I told him, it's during this yoga practice, not everybody's able to stand up. So if you can't stand, just sit in the chair and do all of the arm portions that we flow through, okay? Do all of the arm portions, all of the feet portions. You can do all of this sitting at the same time, okay? Awesome flow. We're all here to take best care of our bodies. Welcome back, ladies. All right, so we are going to resume seated. We're going to resume seated, and we can resume in either a cross-legged position, which is called easy pose, or if that's uncomfortable, you can just have your legs straight or in any position that's comfortable for your body. The nature of yoga is to be connected with observing and listening to how your body is feeling, how your body is responding to various movements, okay? So just remain mindful to be gentle with the body. So once we're in the easy pose posture, we're gonna lift the heart up as much as we can. And when we lift the heart, this is how we lengthen our spine and strengthen the muscles that support the spine. From here, we'll guide the arms outward and allow your fingertips to rise up. We have our palms facing forward. Elbows are squeezing straight. From here, we'll take a cleansing breath. And as we exhale, the right arm begins to lower slowly all the way down. Right elbow bends. And you're going to guide your right knuckles to your tailbone, and then see if you can guide the fingertips upward. But everybody has a different range of motion. So if your fingertips don't flow upward, that's fine. Just keep them in a spot that's comfortable for your body right now. Next breath, left arm rotates inward. The breath guides the elbow to bend. You could guide the arm behind the head, but if that's not comfortable, you can place your arm over your head as well. So find the sweet spot that's good for your body right now. And if your fingertips are flowing towards each other, go ahead and clasp them together. Most importantly, we want to have our heart lifted. When we have the heart lifted, we can invite more hollowness into the belly. So on our exhale breaths, we can guide the navel to flow inward, to activate our diaphragm, to activate pelvic floor. So good for the body. In this posture, we're also strengthening the ligaments and tendons in the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers. Let's take a deep breath, lifting the heart as we inhale. Ouch. Letting another student into class. Continue to breathe deep. Welcome, Ludmilla, welcome. Glad you can make it. From here, on the exhale breath, we're going to release the fingers if they were touching, and we're going to guide the left arm to rise, right arm extends to straighten, and all 10 fingertips are going to float towards the sky. We have our palms facing forward. Next breath, we rotate arms in, guide them closer, allowing our palms to touch if possible. On the exhale of breath, soften those elbows, press palms together actively. Pressing palms together engages pectoral muscles. Keep lifting the heart up, don't rush. We're also strengthening the deltoid muscles, biceps and triceps. Allowing thumbs to rest in front of sternum. On the exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take another breath. Press the palms together all the way and allow the hands to flow upward towards the sky. Encourage the elbows to straighten. See if you can guide the arms to either side of the head. It's okay if you can't. Next breath, release the palms forward and relax shoulders away from the ears. Take a full breath. On the exhale, left arm begins to lower as slowly as you can. Squeeze that elbow. Keep the heart lifted. Keep the belly hollow. Guide that left elbow to begin to bend. The palm is facing the wall behind, and the knuckles flow towards the tailbone. Now we begin to guide the fingertips upward, slowly, and the body will let us know how high we can guide the fingertips up, keeping the knuckles touching the back. Once you connect with the range of motion that's comfortable for your body, keep your spine long by lifting the heart up. On your exhale breath, guide the right elbow to bend. The right hand is lowering, and we'll have the arm behind the head, or you can have your arm resting on top of your head. Right? Pick the position that works best for your body at this moment in time, and most importantly, keep your heart lifted. It's important to move the shoulders in different directions so you can increase shoulder mobility. This is a good way to help avoid conditions such as that frozen shoulder, right? So it's important for the shoulders to maintain a 360-degree range of motion through stretching. We're going to take a full breath, and as we exhale, if we were holding the fingers together, go ahead, release them, and we're going to guide that left hand to begin to lower, right hand begins to rise, both elbows flow to straighten. We're going to guide our fingertips all the way towards the sky. We have elbows straight, palms facing forward. Take a deep breath, rotate arms in, guide them closer, palms touch. If your palms can't touch, that's okay, just guide them in the same direction. Take a breath. On the exhale, soften the elbows, press your palms together actively. Elbows begin to flow to bending, your hands are lowering as the heart rises. We're guiding our navel inward. What a wonderful way to flow back to our heart center. From here, we'll take a breath. We'll guide the knees to rise, release the palms. And from here, let's turn our body towards the left. So we have our body flowing towards the left, our knees are bending. The soles of the feet are on the mat. Now let's use our arms to embrace our thighs. We're going to walk the feet a little closer towards the body, rising up onto the tippy toes with a lifted heart. The breath will guide the left foot to rise up. And if you need a little more support, it's perfectly fine to have your hands on the mat behind you for more support. Be mindful to keep your heart lifted and belly hollow. Let's take a cleansing breath. And as we exhale, we're going to lower that left foot all the way down with control and focus. Next breath guides the right foot to rise. Lift your heart up as you're lifting the foot, and your breath sets your pace. All right? With the foot lifting and the heart lifted, we're really activating pelvic floor. Very good for bladder control as well. On the exhale of breath, release the right leg all the way back down. Guide the navel inward. From here, see if we can guide the left arm on the inside of the left leg, capturing the heel. Right arm flows inside of right leg, capturing the heel. Now we're going to focus on the left leg. We're going to take a breath, and we're going to guide that left foot to extend out at a diagonal, and the left leg begins to straighten. Again, if you need more support, you can have your right hand behind for support. That's fine. All right, from here, we'll take a breath, and we'll guide that left knee to flow back to bending. soles of the feet are flowing in the same direction. Next breath, right foot rises up. The right leg begins to straighten. Be sure to lift your heart up. Awesome flow. On the exhale breath, release that foot to lower, right knee bends. All right, we're going to do it again. Inhale, opposite foot rises. We're lifting the heart up. On the exhale of breath, we release the knee back to bend it. The slower the better, don't rush. Inhale. When you're ready, opposite foot rises. Be sure to lift your heart up. Notice the length in the spine and guide your navel inward. On the exhale of breath, that's when we guide the knee to return back to bending. From here, we'll take a breath and we can try perhaps extending both feet out at the same time. The heart is lifting. Lift the heart up to lengthen the spine. And we're encouraging our legs to straighten. Elbows are straight. And we're guiding our navel inward. From here, we'll release the knees to bend and guide the tips of the toes to flow towards each other. Let's try that again. If you'd like, take a breath. Guide the feet to extend outward and upward. Be sure to lift your heart up. What a wonderful flow. Strengthening ligaments in the hips, knees, shoulders, and elbows. From here, let's take a breath and guide the feet to flow closer. Thighs will touch, and then transfer the arms to the outside of the legs. So you'll capture your left heel on the outside left hand, right heel outside right hand. If that's a little too intense, just slide your hands down towards where your calves are. All right? Or if that's too intense, just place your hands behind you. All right? So you've got some options. All right? So another option is you can grab your big toes. For more advanced, that's called the yogi toe lock. Point your middle finger and thumb, capturing big toes. This is called the boat pose. This engages our core, tones up legs, arms, and also strengthens the spine. So good for the body. From here, we can take a breath, and if you're holding, whatever you're holding, whether it's your toes or your heels or your calves, go ahead and release. Let your palms face each other, squeeze those elbows, and lift the heart up. Another variation of a boat pose. So good for the body. Notice how the heart is beating. Take a cleansing breath. And on the exhale, we're going to slowly lower the legs and body. And as I said, if you need more support, just place your hands behind you. That's fine. As the arms and body lowers, the arms and legs, body lowers, we let the legs hover over the mat. Squeeze your glute muscles, squeeze the kneecaps, and also if your arms are lifted, squeeze those elbows. Straighten the fingers. All right? Modification is hands on the mat. From here, we'll inhale and we'll rise up, lifting the legs, lifting the body, and you can either lift the arms or have your hands on the mat for support. The choice is yours. So now we're just going to flow from the full boat and then on the exhale to the half boat. Go slow. The slower the better. Breathe very deep. You can use your arms to support the legs as necessary. Notice how the heart is beating during your flow. Everyone's doing so good. From here, we're going to take a breath. We're going to bend our knees. Use the arms to wrap around the thighs. Give the thighs a nice loving hug. And then release your heels onto the mat. Release the legs. And from here, we're going to cross the legs and connect an easy pose. with a lifted heart. Next breath, extend the arms forward, lift the knees and lower. Lift the knees and lower, and then we're going to shift. Lifting knees, uncrossing ankles. Extending the legs forward to legs straighten. Turning our body forward. We'll be lying on our left side. Left elbow bends so the left hand can support the head. Hips are stacked, legs are straight. From here, we'll take a breath and we're going to bend the top knee, which should be the right knee bending, and the right kneecap flows towards the sky, touching the right knee. Next breath guides the right knee to flow behind the right shoulder, and the foot that's touching the mat or floor is flexing, so that should be the left foot flexing. Be mindful to guide the navel inward. Engage your glute muscles by squeezing them. Next breath, right foot flows up towards the sky. The right leg straightens and we're flexing the right foot. And now the right arm rises. See if you can capture the big toe or just rest your hand right on your shin. Whatever works. If you're capturing big toe, that will be with pointer, middle finger, and thumb for your yogi toe lock. We have 2 feet flexing, 2 knees squeezing straight, and we're following the flow of the breath in through the nostrils. From here, we'll take another cleansing breath. And on the exhale, we're going to release if we're holding the big toe, release if we're holding the shin, actively flex the feet, and allow that right leg to lower and the right arm lowers all the way down. You're guiding your navel inward to engage your core a little more. Ultimately, your thighs will touch. When that happens, breathe and bend your right knee. Touching right kneecap, keeping the left foot flexing. The breath guides the right knee to flow behind the shoulder, and the breath guides the foot to elevate in a flexed position, raising the arm and capturing what you can. Encouraging both legs to straighten by squeezing kneecaps. What an awesome flow. From here, let's take a cleansing breath. And as we exhale, go ahead and release where you're holding your foot or leg. Keeping the foot in the flexed position, both feet remain flexing, and we're guiding the navel inward. We're lowering the arm. We're controlling the flow, mindful of heart rhythm. Once the thighs touch, we'll guide both knees to bend. Pull your belly in as you bend your knees. Place your hands in front of chest, and the breath guides us to rise up, pressing the body upright. We're going to go on the other side. We're going to now lie on our right side. Right elbow bends. We have our hips stacked, our legs straight. The breath will guide now the left knee to bend. We have our right foot flexing and we're touching the left kneecap. Activate those glutes by squeezing them. The next breath guides the left knee to flow behind the left shoulder. And the breath guides the left toes to flow up, left arm rises. Keep flexing those feet. What an awesome flow. Full inhalation, complete exhalation. On the exhale of breath, we're going to release where we're holding either the toe or touching the shin. We're going to keep both of our feet in an active flex position as the leg in the air lowers, the arm in the air lowers, and we're guiding the navel inward. Focus, moving with purpose. Once the legs are touching, we'll guide the left knee to bend. Pull the belly in as your left knee is bending. Allow your hand to rest on the bending knee. Squeeze those glutes. Right foot is flexing actively. The breath guides the left knee to flow towards behind the shoulder, and then we guide the foot to rise in a flex position, keeping the foot flexing. The arms flows upward and we touch where we can. Capture what you can. Both feet flexing, both legs straight. The breath is full and deep. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. Notice the fluid nature of the breath. Take another breath, and as you exhale, release where you're holding your big toe. Actively flex your feet, and the arm lowers as the leg lowers all the way down. Ultimately, thighs will touch. When they do, we'll guide the knees to bend. Place our hands in front of chest, palms pressing into the mat, and we're going to press the body upright. And guide the knees forward. We're going to slide to the top of the mat. We want to be able to lie on our mat. All right. So from here, we can just have the fingers point in the same direction as our feet. Bend the elbows slowly. Slide your hands towards your feet slowly. Elbows begin to straighten. And we're going to release the base of the skull onto the mat and straighten our legs. Let's close our eyes, relax our low jaw, and we are now prepared for our final yoga posture. This is called our Shavasana. This is the time that we dedicate to ourselves. We allow ourselves to be present and active in this moment in time, focusing on flow of breath, heart rhythm, and our inner peace. Allow your low jaw to be relaxed. Your tongue is resting in low jaw. Notice the sound of the breath. And notice how slowly you can take your inhale. Notice the movement of the air as it flows into the nostrils. Notice the vibration of your breath. The chest is rising, the chest is falling. Notice your unique heart rhythm. Allow your breath to connect with heart rhythm. Receive peace. Receive calm. As we hold on to this feeling of focus and tranquility, let's guide our awareness to the toes, and we're going to wiggle our toes around. We're going to allow the feet to move slowly from side to side to engage our ankles. And we're going to take a breath and allow the calf muscles to squeeze and release. Guiding kneecaps to squeeze and release. More breath guides the thighs to squeeze and release. Fingers begin to bend and straighten. We're going to circle the hands and activate our wrists. Let the glute muscles squeeze and release as well. Breathe a little deeper. And on the exhale, let the body relax. On your inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the sky. On the exhale, let your shoulder blades relax, arms relax at side. Focusing on facial muscles, allow the lips to move from side to side across the teeth. Wiggle your nose, and we're going to blink our eyes open. The breath guides the knees to flow to bending, placing the soles of the feet on the mat. So we can take a deep breath. And as we exhale, knees flow towards the front of the room. We're going to turn our body on its side. Left elbow bends and the left arm becomes a pillow for the head. We'll place our hands in front of chest. Take a deep breath. Slowly, gently, we're going to press the body upright. Don't rush. Breathe deep, and we're going to rise up to any comfortable seated position. Lift the heart up. Relax your arms either on your legs or at your side with a lifted heart. Gaze downward in reflection to notice how you're feeling at this moment in time. Your breath will guide the arms to extend outward and flow upward. Lift the heart, lengthen the spine. We'll rotate arms in, guide them closer, palms touch. On the exhale, release the elbows to bend. Take your time. We're bending elbows so we can meet up together at our heart center. We're going to relax the shoulders. Take another full breath. And as we exhale, release forward. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. On the inhale, we rise up. Thank you. Thank you. All right. For those of you that joined class a little later, my name is Candace with Gentle Yoga for Everyone. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share, and consider subscribing. I go live on a regular basis. I look forward to seeing you on your mat soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.